Parasite, blind ban by Clan Milk, but Parasite and Glacius. So, I mean, Draconis, Monkey King, both open here for Clan Milk, but you did talk about Fnatic also runs the Draconis themselves, so we'll see.
Well, I don't know if they really run him. I just know that Fly likes to play that hero.
Okay.
So there's a little bit of a difference there, but I like what Fly's doing here. I think he has a plan. Now, we never see, I don't think we've ever seen Glacius blind banned, but Glacius is a very, very good hero against Ophelia, and I think he's making a stand right now. He's going to pick Ophelia. He's got it locked. He's got that first pick ready, and Glacius is not in the pool. So I think they're going to do, and Fly plays a great Ophelia, probably one of the best in the game. Monkey King and Gemini now locked. Really interesting.
Makes me wonder if Clan Milk is going to do another troll lock with their final lock here, knowing that probably Fnatic won't run, but I have seen Notel actually run Monkey King from time to time as well. So yeah, really that wouldn't surprise me if they go with Monkey King. I don't know. Anyways, maybe I'm overthinking it, but I don't see that Gemini as being a serious lock. I guess is where I'm going. I think that's more of a trollish style of lock here. So I'm intrigued to see how Fly responds to that now with the Gemini lock. But I don't know. Do you see any power from Gemini, or is he just kind of a hero that doesn't really belong in the competitive scene?
I've been streaming a little bit and playing that hero like a lot.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, the thing about him is he's so early. Like early on, he's so weak. He's so susceptible. I mean, even with perfect micro, it's just so hard to really escape. I mean, you basically have two different targets for them to kill, and they choose one. It's like, I'm gonna choose the one that has no HP. Yeah, you're dead. But late game, he's a huge force to be reckoned with, even with all the nerfs that happen to him. But it's really hard to get to that point. So, yeah, he's kind of a hero that needs a little more testing out, I would say.
Yeah.
As far as teams testing him out. But, yeah, actually very interesting lock there with Pebbles. If they do decide to go for the Ophelia first pick, then Pebbles and Wildthrow now in the pool. Interesting. I don't know what I make about that. I don't know if I really agree with that. If that's what... It does really look like they're trying to go for a first pick Ophelia with a Glacius ban. So I'm not entirely sure with the Pebbles ban, or sorry, with the Pebbles lock there.
Well, if they go with Ophelia first, you can think Clan Milk, they can get Pebbles and Monkey King even, and that's something that would actually just be crazy burst damage earlier on to mid game. So I don't know if that would end up being the case, but yeah, that is very intriguing to see what Fly would be thinking with that Pebbles ban there, or lock, excuse me, at that phase. The final lock coming up for Clan Milk. So as I was saying, are we going to see more of another trollish style lock, or is it actually going to be a serious one? I mean, you look at the board, really no support other than, you could say, Ophelia, but again, kind of assuming that maybe Fnatic will go with the Ophelia first pick here. So it is going to be a Magnus, actually, as a final lock for Clan Milk. So, of course, we saw Magnus played last game for Fnatic Raycall, although it's not their forte here unnecessarily. It's still Hani did a solid job on him, but obviously not enough to help the team do victory. But, all right, so in the banning phase now, but yeah, interesting finish to the locking pool there.
Yeah, those are a lot of heroes that are, I want to say, not that versatile. Like, each one of those heroes in that pool, you kind of have to revolve a strategy around them. Like, you pick Monkey King, okay, we're going to get this Monkey King farm, or we're going to put him mid, and then it's not like you pick a Luna and, like, okay, we can do anything with this hero, or, a Glacius. All right, well, he's just your go-to support. So, I mean, there's a lot of melee heroes in that lock pool, so you're going to have to pick some good range supports going into it, otherwise you're going to have some really funky lanes. So hopefully they realize that. Fly is banning some supports. He bans Nymph4, very strong support. Banning Plague Rider. Behemoth banned up by Cookies. Tundra's still in the pool, by the way, so maybe we'll see a Tundra. Also Silhouette, Mage Bane. I mean, there's a load of good things in the pool.
Yeah, I would think Clan Milk is going to be definitely the one to ban Tundra here, because I can see Fnatic by all means first pick. In fact, you see Fly has him right-clicked over there on Fnatic's side, so I wonder if that is because they're going to try to get him with that first pick here. But Clan Milk, they got 2 more bans to go themselves, so we'll see what they ultimately decide here. Both teams actually using a bit of extra time already. In fact, Fnatic Raycall, they're already down to 17 seconds left. But Polywog Pre is going to be locked there or excuse me, not locked, banned. So many phases. Banned here by Clan Milk. Of course, Notel, fantastic poly player, but he is also pretty damn good at Tundra. So we'll see with these final 2 bans now how things are going to shape up here. But as of course always, still a lot of powerful heroes on the board. Aluna still there. Be surprised to see another ban on her as being a support focus. But Silhouette and Mage Bane both still there as well. There's that Tundra ban actually banned by Fnatic, surprisingly enough. So yeah, they don't even want to give a chance there for Clan Milk to ban him and not pick them up themselves. So
yeah, I don't really know what I make of it. Hunter is an amazing hero, and it's really in the god tier, along with like Pebbles. Miraxis now banned up by Cookies. It's always fun to see teams ban things that they play, the next game. It really just shows you that it's not about just playing the same hero every game. It's about being versatile and changing it up depending on what position you're in as far as first pick, second pick. But they do go with the first pick of Luna. I like it because he did ban out so many of those support heroes, so Luna's really going to shine in that sense.
Mm-hmm. You're right. And again, that's going to be difficult for Clan Milk now because they're going to have not necessarily top tier support. With Glacius and Amphora being banned, the first pick of Luna. Your next couple of options here is you got something like your Torture, your Demented Shaman, support Pyro. We've seen Empath from time to time, so we'll see what our Hellborn team ultimately decides to go with. In fact, even Plague Gun on top of that also being banned. So, yeah, the first couple of picks here for Clan Milk, not surprising to see them using some time. Again, both teams actually using quite a bit of extra time so far. You're going to keep that in mind as well. Don't want to let it run down. But Silhouette and Magebane, again, also both on the board. Something tells me at least one of those can be picked up here. As we see Bubbles, a first pick for Clan Milk. And now waiting on their second pick here, it is going to be Torturer. So, Bubbles Torturer to start things off for Clan Milk here.
That's very true to the Clan Milk style. They really love Torturer, and they really love Bubbles as well. I see Shams right-clicking Soul Steal. That would be awesome if they pick Soul Steal. I've been saying, and actually when I was still with TDM, we would scrim a lot, and we had a couple different strategies, but one of the ones that I kind of thought up of that I think is so super strong is a lineup around Soul Stealer.
Yeah.
Where you go just massive stun, mass AoE, crowd control, like Bubbles, Soul Stealer, Magmus, and then that's the core of it, and it works so well. I really think Soul Stealer is kind of an underrated hero, and there we go with a Fade Silhouette. With these heroes right now, I don't know if it's going to be a support Fade. I don't know if Fnatic really runs a support Fade. In fact, I've really never even seen Fnatic run Fade. So that's interesting.
Yeah, I'm on board with you with that. They're not known as more of a Fade-style team, so we'll see Fnatic and how they ultimately choose to go with the Fade here. Again, if you expect the first pick of Ophelia, but I don't know. With this lock pool, with the way this is going, it's really I'm going to stop making expectations because anything could really happen. So we'll see how that ultimately goes. But you mentioned Shams has that Soul Stealer right-clicked, loves to play that hero, as I'm sure does Moravius. And actually, Soul Stealer is just one of those ultimately just fun heroes to play no matter who you are, really. But Forsaken Archer is going to be the final pick instead. So maybe they were thinking about it, but decided to go with Forsaken Archer, more of a popular pick on the competitive scene, of course, but strong nonetheless.
Yeah, Forsaken Archer is very good. There's the Ophelia pick, so Pebbles is on the board. This is the one thing I was thinking about. So they could do actually like a Torturer support with the Pebbles, and then maybe like a Magmus Forsaken Archer lane. Yeah. That is actually, they do with the Monkey King, so Cookies wants to play as Monkey King. I'm down for it. I'm ready to watch it.
Go with what works. Works for yourself, and obviously, Pebbles could work just as well. But you know what, Monkey King, man, it's this is Clan Milk style right here, and they're going to show us why he's such a feared hero at them. That did leave open Pebbles to be final pick there by Fnatic, but again, that goes to show you there's just the confidence even from Cookies and Clan Milk here. That with a hero like Monkey King, how confident they are with him. So they showed it last game with Draconis, an unorthodox hero here in the competitive scene, at least initially. Monkey King definitely fits into that classification as well. So, but again, Fnatic did get Pebbles, so you always got to be worried about that somewhat. But it looks like they're going to be running more of a snowballing Fade rather than that support Fade, as No Tail ready's up on him, and you got to think it's probably going to be a Pebbles of Luna, Fade, Silhouette Solos, and Ophelia Jungle. So we'll see though. Or maybe not Pebbles of Luna, actually.
Here's the thing: I'm kind of scared for Fnatic for a couple reasons. I feel like they have to go top with a tri-lane, like a Luna Pebbles or a Luna Silhouette and then Ophelia, like a pseudo tri-lane. Yeah. They have to do something to go top with the tri-lane, because if they don't, they're going to have like a suicide something that doesn't work, like a suicide Silhouette or a suicide Fade or something weird that would just get kind of crushed if Clan Milk decided to respond in any way. Also, Trixie's been gone from the scene for a little bit, and it seems like he's not quite up to his full potential. I mean, he's a great player. He understands the game, but things have changed, and it takes a little bit of time to get back into your full state. And Pebbles is not one of those just like easy heroes that you can just I'm going to come back and play Pebbles perfectly. I mean, it's a kind of like, it takes time to really get good at heroes like that.
Yeah.
Heroes support heroes like Plague Rider or a Luna. I mean, that's not so difficult, but heroes like Pebbles is a little harder, so Hopefully, Trixie can prove me wrong and play a really great Pebbles here, but it is one of those more finesse heroes. So
Yeah. No, that's a fair point to
very
bring
very
up.
important thing though. I mean, I'm not trying to flame or anything like that. I'm just saying that does play a huge factor,
No.
especially, and they are probably going to go for this tri-lane bottom actually, or tri-lane top, and actually Pebbles is still in the well
He's
thinking
still-
about what he wants to buy.
Do I want to buy here? All right, I guess I'm good. No, I said it from time to time. I'm #1 Trixie fanboy myself, and I agree with you. It's it has shown. I mean, and it's no surprise. Like you said, it's not like this isn't a game. There are several heroes. You can see Pebbles is one of those. So you can't just come back all of a sudden after months of taking a break, even a year, but and just expect to do fine with it right away. So. That definitely is a very, very understandable statement. So we'll see how Trixie on Pebbles ends up going. But they are going to be running at Suicide here. Oh, not necessarily Suicide, but top here, as it's Pebbles Aludo with the Ophelia in the Hellborn Jungle, as you put it as well. So good guess here on the lanes. But again, it was sounding like you weren't really a huge fan of it at the same time here. So.
Yeah, it's just kind of awkward with the Pebbles pseudo tri-lane in the long lane because you're lacking on a little bit of vision. The short lane always has the advantage as far as positioning goes, and also now they have a Magnus Torture FA lane. That's a lot of stuns and damage. So I don't really see Pebbles getting any kind of farm up here, even with Ophelia getting a good creep. And if they block this camp, what they really should do is have someone sit here in this hard camp and prevent Ophelia from getting the creep. I think they're going to have a really hard time here, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't look good for me, honestly.
Man, how about this middle matchup, though? Cookies against No-Tail. Fade versus Monkey King. Not often we get to see a matchup like this. How do you think this is going to go down?
I think Monkey King should honestly do really, really well. Cookies plays a great Monkey King, and you're going to see like level 3, level 4, him doing a ton of damage, do his Monkey King thing, as I say. So, yeah, I think I got to favor Monkey King and Cookies in this lane matchup.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it plays off. You see him hitting the level 2 mark first, actually. And it seems like he is doing pretty damn good when it comes to the creep farm. Top lane, Bloodlust kill going to happen on to Magnus, actually, as he got caught. A little bit of sandwiching going on, even. So good job here from Fnatic Rainfall. I actually didn't really catch the full fight of that. Got the tail end, but, man.
Yeah, I was able to watch the whole thing, and Shams just ran in and stunned really for no reason. All the spells were already cast. Torture and Forsaken Archer were moving away, and he was like, no, I got this, guys, and ran in and kind of killed himself. So a big misplay there by Shams, unfortunately. That's not the tone that you want to set up for this this try-v-try.
Well, make things worse, Trixie got the Bloodlust kill even on Pebbles.
No,
so it's that, really did not help out Clan Milk's case whatsoever. And, you got finished talking about how you kind of feel like Fnatic may be a little bit difficult for them up here, but, getting a Bloodlust kill like that in that situation, maybe it won't be as bad now, or at least you got to think it won't be because of what just happened there. So, yeah, really unfortunate start there for Clan Milk. What should have been almost a guaranteed trail lane victory. But Pebbles, his GPM actually obviously jumping up there quite a bit now when it comes to creep farm. Still not doing the greatest and is taking a little bit of harassment from Forsaken Archer and Torture, although Torture's actually roaming around a little bit right now. He doesn't have any wards, so I guess he's just trying to simply find Ophelia. But Ophelia's here kind of hiding. Of course, spotting Torture coming over. Going to run in with the Catman champion, actually, and do a little bit of damage here. Torture is going to be heavily harassed by the lonely Ophelia. So, well played by Fly. And, as you mentioned, or that's Honey, actually. Wow. I just assumed it would be Fly, but yeah, it actually is Honey playing some Ophelia here. So not often we see that from Fnatic, but I know Honey, obviously a great player in his own right, and I'm sure he's fantastic as well. So.
Yeah, and actually very interesting by Era right here. You don't see this very often, especially in the short lane.
Forsaken Archer gets caught there. There we go. Ophelia came in with a Catman champion. Got the Catman nuke right there off and allowed for Luna and Pebbles to follow it up. So big kill once again for Fnatic Rainfall the top side.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. Actually, some roaming coming out from the mid. The Torturer stun coming out onto Fade. His stun is up, and he does able to get a very good stun there by No-Tail. Able to get both of those heroes. It was kind of an awkward angle, but good job by him to get that. No, but I was saying, Silhouette playing by Era did a good job by roaming there to the bottom and actually picking up that double damage rune. We don't see that happen from a solo laner very often. And more action top? No, okay. Action everywhere, it seems like. Even though it's 2-0, but yeah, he was able to pick up that double damage rune, preventing Monkey King from bottling it. So yeah, good job by Era. Heads up play there.
Yeah, you see he does have a couple of trees to eat, but obviously no bottle charges, and well, at least have to wait another 20 seconds or so before the next rune comes up to even have a chance of bottling it up. Fade, on the other hand, also with an empty bottle. So we'll see. Is it safe to say that Monkey King should have the advantage when it comes to chasing down those bottles? Or those runes, excuse me?
Not really. I mean, he doesn't have his ultimate, and I don't even think he's going to get his ultimate at level 6. I know how Cookies plays Monkey King, and he usually just gets that E. The rune is spawning bottom, so some little RNG in favor of Cookies right there. He doesn't illusion, so nothing too game-breaking. But this top lane is very, very, very scary for Clan Milk. I mean, they kind of have to abandon it now because they failed it. So you can't keep pressing on something that's already failed. So hopefully Magnus gets some roaming around in another lane because that kill there at the very beginning, that Bloodlust, was really, really huge. And it's going to come back to bite them in the ass because it's a lane that they honestly should have won.
Yeah.
So...
yeah, and you know, Hani on the Ophelia, he's definitely been doing a fantastic job to start here. Obviously, he's setting up both kills, and he's going to come back in once again. He does have a Vulture Lord, of course, not the most powerful of minions, but that actually at the same time, I mean, their Tornado is nothing to laugh at, so it can actually be good for both slowing and doing a good amount of AoE damage to the opposition there, especially for pushing up with creeps. But looks like he's going to run into a couple of Magnus and Forsaken Archer, and he's going to try to run away. Oh, but Torture cutting off to the side. Is Magnus going to get close enough? It's a short level 1 stun, so he's not going to be able to. And Ophelia will be fine. That's the thing with Magnus. You know, level 1 Lava Surge, only 400 range. Not the greatest amount of range right there, so not able to help get the kill onto Ophelia. Good reaction from Hani at the same time.
yeah, I mean, those early boosts that he picked up are paying off right away. And that Magnus, he definitely needs to hit level 3 really, really badly. Good ward of sight here placed by Fly. It gives them a lot of vision. So they always know this Magnus that's sitting around here. And that's going to help Trixie get a good farm right now. He has 22 and 8. In fact, a lot of heroes on this Legion side have 22 creep kills. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, great job by Hani there getting away.
God, look at Silhouette. That's the power for in that Bubbles matchup. We see in the middle lane, actually, Monkey King diving again, doing his Monkey King thing right here. He gets stunned by the Burning Shadows, so Faye going to be fine for now. Can Monkey King chase him down eventually? It doesn't look like it. Oh, he may go back in. He does have the ability to leap over that freaking tower, but no. It looks like Fade is going to be fine. He's being ported back, actually, by Ophelia right here. And Fade will survive. So great teamwork coming out from Hani, of course. And Monkey King not able to pick up the kill. So actually worked out pretty well in the end for Fnatic.
Oh no, I bet No-Tail's actually quite mad because that was a very premature port there by Hani. The rune was coming up in only 5 seconds, and it actually did spawn top, and it was a double damage. So I'd be kind of angry if I was No-Tail. I would have at least waited if I was Hani to see if that rune spawned top because no one. I mean, they had vision. They had a little bit of vision, and they had heroes there. So yeah, premature port there.
Yeah,
by Hani.
that's actually interesting. It's not often you see a situation like that where it's may not have been good, but you're right. I mean, obviously double Torturer picked up the double damage rune as a result of that, even right there. So Fade not able to get it up, but hey, he got back. Homecoming so important in quickly. Got some regen, so not too bad in the end. He does have to pick up a creep go right there after activating his ultimate. So now that's going to be on cooldown for another 60 seconds or so. But you see Monkey King charging back in. And, you know, I would think against a Monkey King you'd always be so worried about that. But at the bottom line, actually, Silhouette's going to drop right here. Magnus, you mentioned this. Shams needs to start perhaps doing a little bit of roaming all the way to the bottom lane and help set up a kill with Bubbles down there. Onto Aeroplane, that Silhouette. So an excellent game coming out from the Hellpoint team. There's a jump there in the middle. In the meantime, in the middle and onto Fade. The Wanjin Slam comes out. It's not going to hit, though, as Fade is able to squirk away. And squirk away. Wow. Making up words here left and right. Torture.
Hey, you're Shakespeare. You're a natural Shakespeare.
That's how I do.
You make up words all the time, and now they're like words that we all use.
Exactly. That's what I'm going for, too. No, but the failed Gate Contemporary in the middle end. Monkey, I mean, he keeps doing his combo, but it ain't working. Fade's staying alive here.
Yeah, I haven't really got a chance to really watch him do the combos. It seems like a bunch of other things are happening in other lanes, but yeah, good gank there by Magnus. A lot of harass coming out here by Silhouette. I see what you mean here. I mean, he's really winning this bottom lane, but actually I'm a little surprised that Bubbles is not getting more dominated than he is right here. Silhouette is 31 and 12. He did get ganked, but Bubbles, he bought boots first at the beginning. I don't know if we mentioned that.
No.
But he went to the lane with boots and an HP potion. And that should just even make it easier for Silhouette here in this bottom lane. But can't even say who it is, but Bubbles is doing a great job.
Oh, Monkey King does chase down Pebbles right here. Now that was very interesting. Pebbles actually a pre-stalagmite coming. Oh, Strider Snip Fade actually coming in. This could get turned around here on a Monkey King right here. Burning Shadows open. There's a call to follow. Can Luna get their time? Not even necessary. The power throw happens and gets that kill. Now you see Forsaken Archer actually taking a little bit of pressure. Fade does not have enough mana for Burning Shadows, so won't be able to follow this up. And Forsaken Archer will survive. But at least they got the return kill on a Monkey King. Meanwhile, at the bottom lane, Silhouette again goes down. Magnus comes in to set up the counter kill. It looks like on a Silhouette right there. As, of course, Bubbles will pick up the assist being played by Moravis. So, fantastic sequence there for Clan Milk, you could say. But, yeah, that top lane, obviously, they had a Ward of Sight here, so they saw Monkey King coming. They fell back in time, it seemed like, as they even stalagmited him or stunned him before he even came in. But still, I mean, that just showed you the range there of Monkey King with that, I believe that's his W ability, with the Heavenly Vault, how far he can actually go with that. And they still got the kill. In fact, you see right here, another example. Goes back in. Fade is going to... Oh, the Burning Shadows barely in time, but once again, Shams comes through with a stun at the last second to guarantee the kill. Man, Shams is stepping up big time here.
Yeah, Shams is doing some good roaming. He's like, guys, I'm really sorry about that feed in the Bloodlust, but I'll make it up to you. And yeah, he's been doing a good job, but at the same time, Fnatic team needs to support Era better. He's gotten ganked twice now because he does not have a ward spotting any potential ganks from the lane here. They really need to get a ward up here, or else this is just going to keep happening. And actually, even though Era is doing, relatively well, 42 creep kills, he's not sitting at that great a farm. I mean, he's got 1,000 gold. He can buy his steam boots, but it should really be better than this. And it's due to the ganks that are happening that could be so easily prevented from some kind of ward or vision here.
Yeah, communication just not all there. Seems like for Fnatic, great call. And it is showing, as you put it. Triple stacked Ancients are being attempted here from the Hellborn team, specifically Monkey King. But you look right there. Oh my God, Monkey King nearly died to the Ancients. That would have been devastating, but he lives. Unfortunately, not able to get really any of the creep kills, I think, though. So almost a ballsy move for nothing right there. But at least he survives. But he will have to go back now and get some regen. Torture, I believe, cleaned it up because good farm for him coming out. And Boots finally delivered on him. Back to the bottom lane again. Magnus hitting in the great heal at the last second though from Ophelia coming out. In comes Faye for their turnaround. They're going to get one kill. There's going to be the second kill on Magnus as well. Great turnaround. And just as you finished mentioning, lack of support. Well, it comes out big time. And Arrow actually is going to get ported back here. But again, a case of maybe a little bit premature right there. He actually had a health potion active on him. And he was recovering. Yeah, but he got ported back. So Monkey King gets caught by a Luna, but he should be able to be fine. But yeah, so I don't know. He's going to start running back. Has a homecoming stone, but choosing to run back instead. So
yeah, wants to save that port for maybe some other fight that might happen in another lane. But yeah, I didn't see that HP potion, so kind of some... I bet they're going to be getting mad at Hani a little bit this game. Why are you sending me back?
Yeah.
But
good intentions, but
yeah, that was actually really close. No-Tail, I think, popped or did not pop out of his ulti. Actually, Monkey King doing his Monkey King thing, the silence and stun coming out from Magnus as well. So a lot of burst damage. I mean, Trixie went from full to nothing there in less than a second.
Yeah, nothing he could do there. I mean, that was just a great catch here for the Hellborn team. It's going to continue, actually. Ophelia now in a lot of trouble. There's that Magma stun. Monkey King comes in. The Shell Surf on top, and Ophelia will eventually fall to the auto attack. She had a couple of Minotaurs here. There goes one stun coming out. But the Minotaurs are also going to get cleaned up, as that's going to be some extra farm coming out for Cookies here, playing that Monkey King. So, yeah, it's seeming like Clan Milk, they're starting to get that pace once again, and it's getting scarier for Fnatic. But, you look at the overall stats. It's nothing game-breaking by any means. It's still under 1,000 gold lead, and they just passed around 2,000 experience, which actually is pretty solid, but plenty of recovery room by all means for Fnatic raid call. So,
yeah, I think it's just the momentum and your morale in the game. Era's got to have his morale down a little bit this game. Having those two ganks that happened on that, I mean, they could have prevented so many kills if they just had a ward up here, right in front of the tower here, a lane ward. And I actually don't understand the thinking process that Hani had putting this ward right here, and I'll tell you why. Say Era's farming here, and he sees heroes that happen to show up where this ward is spotting them. He's probably going to be dead by the time he sees those heroes there with all the stuns and Keltfield coming out from Bubbles. We see the range that Monkey King has when he uses all his spells. So I would like to see a ward much further up, like behind the other tree that's above it, or maybe just even past like a regular lane ward. That would be just fine. So I don't understand the ward right here. I think it's just too close to the tower.
Yeah. Well, Silhouette back down here again. She actually activated the health potion right there. And get some life up, playing very passive right now, expecting another jump to come, but She's going to go back up to the creep wave and look to farm some more. You see the Legion team kind of collapsing down here. We have a Luna, Ophelia, and Fade, who's currently invisible with a Haste Rune, actually. But they're not going to catch anybody. Bubbles falls all the way back beyond the tower. And you see Magmas all the way up here as well. So Clan Milk, they definitely spotted something, you know, maybe with their water side there in the Legion jungle. Saw somebody coming over, so playing very, very passive for good reason. You see the Vulture Lord tornadoes we talked about earlier being used to kind of help clean up the creep wave and harass them a little bit in the background. That's what makes it so annoying. There's nothing you can do about that unless you kill the Vulture Lord. It's all the way over here. So that could be really annoying to deal with. But the tower is going to be heavily pressured here by our Legion side and Fnatic raid call. So it doesn't look like they're going to go too hard, though. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, no tail will go down to Cookies right there as Monkey King happened to find him by himself. And again, Monkey King just doing his thing and shows you the power of that hero. So good pick coming up from Cookies yet again. His GPM now 335 gold per minute. Things looking pretty good here early on for Monkey King, who, by the way, actually went a Talisman of the Exile into a Grave Locket early on.
Yeah.
For some mana.
Yeah, that seems to be the standard pickup for Monkey King. It's a very perfect item for him because he lacks a little bit of the mana that you need to use all his spells, and he likes to use those spells a lot. So the Grave Locket's a great pickup for him. Right there was just a very... Oh, actually doing his Monkey King thing again, but I don't think he's going to get the kill. And actually, Pebbles chucks him and says, "Get away from me." And Monkey King... Oh, actually, no, the Burning Shadow Stun does come out, as well as the the snipe missed, actually. Oh, no. That seemed like a sure kill. I feel like he could have just stunned him, even. I don't know what I was thinking right there.
Yeah. And bottom lane, Silhouette actually going to go down right here. The Eruption Magmas on top of the kill field. Gets the kill, so that adds insult to injury big time right there. Aluna porting in. Now, Aluna's actually in a lot of trouble. She's by herself. Magma's going to Lava Surge in. There's a Shell Surge port right on top, and a couple final auto attacks to do the job. The Honey Badger don't care. Tongue coming out on top of that. Just to add the insult to injury once again. So... Clan Milk, a big sequence of events right there, and it is going to continue. It looks like Monkey King playing so ballsy right there. Puts out a Wanjin Slam, and a very good one at that. It actually hits nearly every unit that was there, and he's going to start to skirt away. He does have his Flying Nimbus now activated. Going to run back in. He puts a combo to Ophelia, and she just drops like a freaking rock right there. Oh, man. Honey's, again, I'm sure the language is not too great in their chat right now, because that just sucks.
Oh, Cookie's doing his Cookies thing, I should say. Wow, really well played right there. I saw it coming, too. I was like, he's going to man up on him. He's going to man up on him. I can see it. And he did. He got the kill. Oh, this is not the same Fnatic team that we saw at DreamHack Summer. And actually, he's going to go again. The Burning Shadows actually missed if he... Oh, his mana got drained so that he is not able to use the Q. But Bubbles coming in for some assistance. Can they get the kill? One more auto attack? Yes, they can. Monkey King's very close from dying. The Chuck comes in. Aluna, a couple more auto attacks. Its power throw is not actually up. So I don't know if he's going to get the kill on Monkey King. He's going to be close, though. Magmas comes in, does the stun, as well as Kelfield onto Pebbles. The volley missed, actually. The Chuck coming in onto the Torture. Oh, no, Aluna will go down. And then the Forsaken Archer. Ulti going out on Trixie, and he will fall. This is looking just... This is crumbling away from Fnatic.
Yeah, it's like an open wound right now, and they're just pouring tons and tons of salt into it. This is just ridiculous. Clan Milk really rubbing it in. I mean, we saw right there, Fly got so tunnel vision on chasing down Monkey King that whole time. He finally got the power throw off at the last second, but by that time, Monkey King was just way too far away, and it didn't really come that close to hitting him. So it's falling apart. I mean, now 9,000 experience lead, 6,200 gold lead. I feel like it was not even 4 or 5 minutes ago where I was like saying, you know what, Clan Milk, it seems like things are picking up for them with momentum, but still, you look at the overall stats, not that bad. Well, now it's bad. We're now 17 minutes in, and Clan Milk has a pretty hefty lead here. So, in Silhouette, man, I mean, again, this is just not typical Era, let alone not typical Fnatic. At the very least, he's usually doing pretty dang good. Looking in the middle, and Monkey King again just jumps in and picks up a double tap. Double damage, a level 12 Monkey King. What are you going to do against that? Apparently, absolutely nothing. And that's why they blind banded Monkey King the first game. Well, maybe you should have thought about blind banding in the second game again, because this is what Cookies does.
Yeah, and that's why you teams who can play number of heroes get rewarded, because it's like, okay, well, we got a blind Monkey King. Well, they'll pick Draconis. Well, do you really want to blind ban a Draconis? Is the game really come to that yet?
Yeah.
So do you blind ban Draconis Monkey King? And I mean, that's where it comes into play. So these teams that are very versatile and have a number of strategies. I've said it over and over. While Moravis get the kill on the Era, it seems like way in his base. Honey Badger don't care as it comes out. He does have a take cover. He does use it. And so he might be fine. No, he's going to be dead. So definitely worth it, though, getting the kill on the Era. And as the taunt said, Honey Badger don't care. And Moravis, I think, will be fine with that.
Man, that's if it wasn't hard enough already on Fnatic, especially Era. That just sucks. So he's trying, but 1-4-1, 216 gold per minute for Era right now. That is just so freaking low. You see some triple stacked Ancients coming out here from the Hellborn team. Monkey King, this time he should be fine, and he's going to come help get most of the farm, at least that's the idea. So his GPN. By the way, Forsaken Archer being played by Cake, I totally forgot this hero was even in this game. It's been so focused around Monkey King and the rest of the team that Forsaken Archer has definitely been doing a solid job as well up top here. She's kind of just been chilling. She was involved a little bit in the middle lane. We had a team fight taking place, but she's 1-1-1, so 334 gold per minute. She went Icebrand first item. You see what she has, Steam Boots and Ring of the Teacher on top of that, so she's just doing her own thing here in the jungle. And I also find her build a little bit unique, too. She actually has level 2 Split Fire now and 0 into Call the Damned. Obviously putting numbers into stats here, but...
Yeah, I know. I've seen Cakes play FA a lot, and he never gets skellies. He gets them when he has to. Level 22.
When it forces you to. We do see some initiation taking place, though. Forsaken Archer taking all that damage, gets a W from Ophelia. Gonna be fine, though. And Monkey King joining the party. Piercing arrows doing quite a bit of damage. Ophelia gets pulled back in. But Ophelia, pretty damn tanky, actually. Gets a good heal out, but a nice chain reaction from Creams right there. And down goes Ophelia. Faye trying to live long enough. Not gonna happen, though. Bubbles jumps in. And Aluna coming in the last second. Not gonna happen as well. Cookies picks up another double tap kill. Silhouette and Pebbles now joining the party, but Monkey King is still here with some mana. Look at Monkey King. He's gonna go WW, and they're just gonna die. Look, he's not even need to. He goes in right there. There's the combination. Silhouette goes down. Pebbles gets that kill, but he dies right after a genocide for Clan Milk coming out. GG's being called. Fnatic has had enough. They are going to be finished here. Man. Clan Milk. Wow. Looking so good against Fnatic Raid Call here. Jeez, that was just domination at its finest once again.
Unbelievable. I mean, you got to hand it to Cookies and the rest of the team. Great drafts all around, great laning, and good presence of mind, as I mentioned. Getting out to that pole spot very, very quickly, defending it. It paid off in both games. But I really just got to bring it back to Fnatic is not playing like they usually do. Yeah. It almost feels like they're playing as if they just don't care. It just seems like they're not putting any kind of effort into it. I don't know what's there. I don't know what's going through their thought process right now. Yeah. But it's looking scary right now. I mean, they are 1-2 now. They lost this series 0-2. They lost against TDM 0-2. They've got to have very little points right now, and especially in a group of death like Group D, when you have great teams now like Clan Milk and TDM and the Heroes Honda Zerds, the Swindlemelons and crew. I mean, this is a very scary position for Fnatic.
Yeah, they're going to be 1-2 now with only those 3 points there, so obviously not off to a start they're looking for. And it just so happens next week, next week they play Q-Squad 1, so maybe they can pick up a win there. But actually, round 6, their 6th match, that's when they play TMRY, or of course Swindlemelon's team. So that's of course the next really big matchup that they're going to have to look forward to. And so at the very least, they need to pick up wins against these teams that they should beat here in these next couple of matches in preparation for that, at least. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it's obviously this has been a team that's been around the competitive HoN scene forever, and you could argue that it's been the greatest HoN team ever in the sense, but with all their accomplishments. But lately, and especially these last couple of weeks, even it's been going downhill. It seems like, which is one of the biggest events we've ever had for Heroes of Newer at the DreamHoN Summer Championships. $40,000 on the line. So many quality teams. We stressed that the other day as well. And it is showing right now in our competitive scene. And, Fnatic Raid Call, if they want to win, you got to think more preparation has to take place and, perhaps even some more commitment to an extent. But, to each their own. It's by all means, it's their choice in the end, of course. But the results are showing. And it does make you wonder a little bit if that is going to get to them. And maybe that will rebound. They will rebound because of that. So, but Clan Milk, on the other hand, let's put the focus back on them, though, because, again, they look so good this series. They're now 3-0. You mentioned it was a 3-game victory or a 2-0 victory for them, so they pick up 3 points from it as well. So they're going to be 3-0 with 8 points now here in Group D, well on top. And depending on how that the TMRY Ally match goes, they'll be tied with one of those two teams up top there. So obviously, I'm sure they're feeling pretty good right now. And on that note, actually, I'm going to go ahead and bring them